Thank you. Remember the time someone did something really nice for you? Maybe a shoulder to lean on, a helping hand, they paid a medical bill for you, or maybe a word of prayer. Did that make you feel good? All right. There's a force that transcends culture, that holds no barriers, and has created a profound impact through centuries, and that is the power of generosity. In 2015, I was at a conference where I got the inspiration to go to the streets and feed the underprivileged. It was tough initially, because then I was even broke myself. I didn't have any money, and I just started my business. So I was like, how am I going to serve people? But I said, no problem, we'll still do it. I started with 2 dericas of rice and 14 pieces of meat, and I took it to Ojuelegba under. Now, when I got there, it was a different thing entirely, because the admirers and the street urchins were there, and they were like, kilo share, kilo apple. You know, they were just trying to harass me. And they took my food from me. I didn't even know where my collars were. I had to go pick them up. But that didn't stop me. The following Saturday, I went again. They did the same thing. In fact, somebody even pushed me. I fell. It didn't stop me. I still went again the 3rd Saturday. But over time, what started with 2 dericas of rice and 14 pieces of meat has gone on to grow into 300 to 500 people per month. On Saturdays that I'm not available, I go to the shanty or the slum I want to go to, or the underbridge I want to go to. There's someone selling food there. I meet her. How much is everything? She tells me it's usually not a lot, and I pay for it. And I tell her, anybody that comes to you today, you don't take money from them. Sometimes they send me videos because I put people there to monitor, and other times I don't get anything, but I know they're doing it. When we show kindness to people, we are actually creating a cycle of love, because to love is to give, and to give is to love. There was a time I was at Oshodi on that bridge, some years back, maybe, I've been doing this 9 years plus, by the way. So, under the bridge, Oshodi, a boy walked up to me. He had just collected food, and he said he wanted to see me. What do you want to see me for? He said he has a passion for plumbing, and he'd like to pursue that. I said, okay, no problem. Where is the place? He told me, can I come see you tomorrow? He said, yes. So on Sunday, I called him, we exchanged numbers, so I went to meet him. He took me to the place he wanted to learn from, and I paid. I had forgotten that. I had moved on from it. I think 2 years down the line, my phone rang. Auntie, how are you? How is everything? Oh, I'm well. Do you remember? No, I don't. Introduce yourself. Then he said, oh, I'm the guy that you paid for his plumbing vocation the other day. And I now have my own shop in case you have people and they can help. In case you have people that need my services, I'll provide it. I was so happy. I was really glad. I was like, so a plate of food gave that boy an opportunity to come to me, and I was able to help him achieve his dreams. And now he's now an employer of labor. That's a big deal. So, different instances like that. People feel when you are a giver, you are a money misroad. You don't know what to do with money. You're just working and you don't have responsibility. I have responsibilities, a lot. But I also know how to set aside resources for people who do not look like me, or even people who look like me, because it's not only financials that you can help people with. You can send a word of encouragement. When you see somebody being dragged online, you can send a word of kindness to them rather than tear them down, as every other person is doing. You can say a word of prayer. Sometimes I'm an intercessor. I pray, I fast on behalf of other people, because I just feel like somebody else is doing it for me. See, kindness is not only for people who are also underprivileged. You can render kindness to anybody, as long as you have the art of empathy in you and you can feel what they are feeling. You may not feel it literally, but you put yourself in their shoes, like, oh, if I am in this person's shoes, what would I be doing? In the words of Anne Frank, she said, and I quote, that nobody has ever become poor by giving. And I am a reality of that. As I pour into people, I am probably financially higher than. People who are financially higher than me pour into me too. I say something, I can never be stranded. It is the truth. It is my reality. Because I have watered, other people will water me. When you are kind to people, you find yourself happy all the time. You're just happy doing it. It gives you fulfillment. When I know that somebody is not going to bed hungry, it gives me a sense of fulfillment, like I've achieved a big deal in my life. If anything comes now, I'm open to it because I know I have lived a fulfilled life. I am working in my purpose. I'd like for you to ask yourself this question. And when you're asking this question, you're going to mention your name and you're going to put your hand on your heart. Can you do that for me? Then you mention your name. I, Olashile. Am I a river that flows? Or I am a reservoir that is static, that only takes and keep taking till I cannot take anymore? Kindness is a universal language. Kindness is a currency. This little act of mine that started with 2 decars of rice and 40 pieces of meat has been replicated in about 5 countries at the top of my head. US, Canada, Egypt, Uganda, South Africa. They do it. They send me videos. So it's not like it is a fluke. Kindness has a way of, you don't know what you're doing when you're doing it. Just do your own. Somebody is watching. Again, ask yourself another question. Am I a giver or a taker? Thank you.